Hi, and welcome to this week's The Mortgage Broker broadcast. I'm your host, Craig Skelton. I'm a mortgage business owner, mentor, and coach, and I'm here to help self employed brokers and business owners build the business that they want. This is the podcast that's made for mortgage brokers at every single level, whether you're just getting started out, or you're running your own mortgage broker firm, or you're focused on growing and scaling your existing business. This podcast is all about helping you grow your business, sharpen your mindset, and deal with the day to day challenges of being self employed. And this week's podcast, well, we're combining two important topics that really go hand in hand. The first one is the AI driven client journey and how AI can support your clients from lead right through to completion and beyond that. And then, secondly, it's all about a mid year review as well, reflecting on the first half of the year and making sure you plan with purpose for the second half. And if you missed the recent free webinar that Jonathan Needham and I put on, which was called Foundations to Freedom, it's about moving from employed to self employed as a mortgage broker. Don't worry, you can still get recording of the webinar that we did if you just email events@thebrokerfoundry.com and I'll send you a link to the recording. And as always, if you're enjoying the podcast and you're getting something from it, please just take a second to like it, follow it, and just leave us a review. It really helps the show grow and reach more mortgage brokers. So let's get into the podcast. The first bit I want to talk about is the power of the mid year review. And that's really what I want to start. We're now already into July. The first half of 2025 is done. And the question is now you need to be asking yourself, how did it go for you? Not just in terms of business numbers, actually, absolutely they are important, but also what is important is how you felt for the first half of the year. Did you show up consistently? Did you stick to the goals that you set back in January? Did you use your time well? And did you make progress? A mid-year review is your opportunity to reset goals that are no longer aligned to your business, celebrate those wins that you might have missed or skipped over during the first half of the year, spot habits that are helping you or actually the ones that are holding you back too, and most importantly, refocus for the rest of 2025. Let's be honest, the first half of the year is flown by. The second half of the year will absolutely fly by too. And if you want to finish 2025 on a high, the plan needs to start now. So I want you just to make some time this week, even if it's just half an hour, absolutely ideal if you can spend longer than that. But even if it is just half an hour and that's all you've got, just take some time to review the last 6 months. You need to be asking yourself, what went well? What didn't go so well? What needs to change? And what do I want to achieve by the end of December 2025? And when you're thinking about reviewing, get away from your normal desk, get in some space, get somewhere where your mind can be free and just be focused on what you achieved in 2025 and what the rest of 2025, what the plan is for you. But do it away from your desk, do it from your normal office, whatever that looks like. Get to a coffee shop, just get out somewhere so you can have, even if it's just at home, just somewhere where you've got some space to think and give yourself some clarity and get some real plans and some real actions and some real focus for 2025. And then what I want to do now is bring in the AI angle. And what I want to do is look at AI driven client process or client journey. This isn't just about automating your administration. Absolutely, that will help. But it's not just about that. It's about creating a better experience for your clients while protecting your time too. And here's how AI can support the entire client journey step by step. It all starts with lead generation and that nurturing. You can use AI to write your daily, weekly social media posts and your emails too. You can create blogs for your website or explainer videos that are tailored to first time buyers or remortgages or self employed people. Doesn't really matter, but you can use AI for everything that you want to do. And then you can set up workflows where those leads that you've generated get follow ups, get frequently asked questions, or checklists that can be sent through to them as well, automated. So, looking at your social media posts, using AI to create posts. So you could be saying to AI, like a prompt example would be write a LinkedIn post for first time buyers explaining what a mortgage broker does and why it matters in 2025. That way you will stay visible and you'll stay consistent, even when you're busy doing other things, even when you're busy progressing your cases, seeing new clients. It's also important to make sure that you are still looking to generate new clients, and also as well using AI to nurture those existing clients as well, those leads that have come through. Which then moves on to the initial contact and appointment booking. AI can help you write automated replies for every single inquiry form that you get through, or somebody who books into your diary using Calendly or Bookings, if it's Microsoft Bookings that you use as well. You can use Zapier to connect booking systems to the CRM or even email workflows. Another prompt example with this would be write a friendly email that confirms a mortgage appointment and shares what the client needs to do in order to be prepared for the appointment. And what's the benefit of that? You're looking very professional and you're giving the client clarity right from the start and consistency with it too, without you having to rewrite emails from scratch every single time. Which then moves on to your fact finding and your preparation. You can use AI to create a pre appointment form or even draft a warm up email. It can also help you with explaining affordability or the documents that are needed or putting all the jargon into plain English. And as mortgage brokers, we love jargon, so really will help clients understand before the appointment and what to expect during the appointment. If you've explained what the jargon is already, that may come out of that meeting. One of the big changes you can make with integrating AI into your first appointment into your fact find meeting would be, this doesn't work so well if you're face to face, but if you are having hosting the meeting on Teams or Zoom, then record this meeting. Hit the record button and make sure that you're recording that meeting, that first fact find meeting, because it will save you time from taking the sort of detailed notes if you're hitting the record button. And then what you do then after the meeting is then use AI tools such as AI or ChatGPT, or someone that I work with is using Jamie, and I've seen the results from Jamie and I was impressed with what that kicked out. But in terms of using AI, what you can then do is using AI to generate accurate transcripts and summaries and then actions moving forward. And then what you can do is then turn that into emails. So then you can send those to the client, summarizing the meeting and also including what actions you're going to be doing from the meeting and what actions they're going to be doing too. Use AIs, use AI all for that, absolutely. And then what you can also do as well is that if you are recording your transcript, you can then complete the fact find document using AI much faster and with much more accuracy before moving on to the next stage. And what the thing does as well with recording the meeting, there's not those uncomfortable silences where you're making notes that are relevant to you. You can then just have a discussion with the client, just talking on a one to one, knowing that it's all being recorded, knowing that nothing's going to be missed. So then at the end of that, put that transcript into AI, as I said, and you will get back your notes, and then you can tell that AI what to be looking for. So if you are looking for certain things, certain questions asked, certain questions answered, then you can use AI to make sure that they are picking up on those points. And then you can use AI to even complete the fact find for you, which will save you so much time. And hopefully that does make sense. And then what you can do then is, following on from that, is use prompt examples of writing a short guide explaining what affordability checks will involve and what documents the client should prepare. All those sorts of things will set up your preparation for your fact find appointment. Will also help with efficiency with your fact find appointment, because you won't be having those time spent scribbling the notes down and thinking about the next question. It will just be a discussion. And obviously, yes, you will have your fact find document there if that helps you to make sure your prompts from that. But ultimately, it will just save you so much time. And then the client feels supported and clear before they've spoken to you, because you've then sent them preparation to do. But then after that as well, you're going to be sending them through fairly quickly detailed notes, detailed actions, and next steps. That's going to impress the client because they're not going to be waiting days for what happens next. You're going to be doing that. And that's sort of with your post meeting, moving on to the next point, which will help with your post meeting follow up. So, say using ChatGPT or whatever you want to use to summarize your meeting notes, turn that into a follow up email, and then turn your voice notes into, like, you can also turn voice notes into transcripts too using Otter AI or ChatGPT or Jamie, as I said. And again, that then can help with, like, a prompt example with that would be, turn this, if you've got actions from the meeting and you've got your transcripts and then you've got the bullet points, then you can ask, the prompt would be, turn this bullet point list into a friendly follow-up email with next steps from today's mortgage appointment meeting. Just get it part of your process. It will help you so much and it will save time, keeps communication professional, and makes you look very well organized because you're responding to the client in that first appointment as soon as that appointment's finished. And what is going to look better than, from a client's point of view, if you're doing exactly what you say you're going to do and it's in very quick. Because client, then the first appointment, the client wants to know what happened next. They want to progress. They're keen to move on, and they don't want to be waiting for you saying, "Yeah, the next thing will be I'll get in touch with you in a week's time." That's not what they want. They want to be seeing that quickly after the meeting, there is some progress, and use AI to do that. And then with regards to the whole, if you think about the process from start to finish with a client, think about the application progress updates as well. You can update templates that explain the stages of the mortgage process. And then what you can then do is add that a bit of human touch to that. And even when things are quiet with regards to client updates and client progression, you can still make sure that there is some update every single week because you've got those templates ready and done, and then you put that into your workflow and you can automate that. It's just going to make your life so much easier. And so, again, like, a prompt for that would be, write a short, reassuring message for a client waiting on a lender's underwriting decision, and explaining typical timelines. Could use that as a prompt. It will help you because it will literally churn out in your own language that update, and the client will then feel more informed. And you will also reduce those check-in calls as well with the client. And also, as well, think about this: if you are under promising and over delivering with this, think about the reviews and the feedback at the end of the process are going to look so much better because you are so well organized and structured in using AI as part of the process. And then looking at the last stage, which is then looking at completion and review, create an email that celebrates completion, explains the next steps. If you've not talked about protection or nailed down the protection yet, include that as part of the email, to say that you will be reaching out to them to look at the protection and the protection needs, and you'll be reviewing that as you said you would, and that invites feedback from them to as well. And then you could even generate a Google review request email as well, or a WhatsApp message, making sure that your Google reviews are so important. It has to be part of your process. So use AI to get it as part of your process. So, prompt example for that would be, write a friendly message asking for a Google review after the client's mortgage is completed. If you, as I've said before, with reviews and Google reviews, Trustpilot, need to be done at offer stage, absolutely. But if you've not got one yet at this stage, the client's completed and moved in and got the keys, need to make sure that you're getting one now. Because literally what you're doing is then you are ending that process and that transaction on a high, and build up your social proof without forgetting to ask for it as well. When you look at the full journey, the full client process, AI isn't just a bit of a gimmick and something that, like, is nice to do. Absolutely not. It becomes a consistent assistant in your business. It helps you stay in touch with leads and nurture those leads. It helps you communicate clearly with your clients. It reduces repetition for you, and then saves that brain power for the stuff that only you can do. And there is so much in the business that only you can do and AI can't do. And just then tying that back to the mid-year review, this is the perfect time to decide, what do you want to do in the second half of the year? What do you want to achieve? This is the perfect time to decide, what do I want the second half of the year to look like? If the first half of the year just flew by and you did it, if the first half was all flying by the seat of your pants, then maybe it's time to build systems, processes that give you more headspace. If you felt behind on your content, or maybe it's time to let AI take some of that load and take some of that strain away. And if your client journey and your client process feels inconsistent, now is the time to map it out and simplify it. So let's look at actionable steps. Like the challenge for you this week, I would say, is block out 30 minutes minimum for you to conduct a mid-year review. Do it away from the desk, do it away from the office if you can, and just reflect and be honest with yourself. When you're looking at reviewing, you have to be honest with yourself. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't just paper over the cracks. You need to give yourself the reality. Make sure you're reflecting with purpose and be honest yourself. And then choose one stage of your client journey where you can bring in the AI support and then write one solid prompt and then just test it and save that prompt, refine it, and use it again next week. That's it. That's this week's The Mortgage Broker broadcast. Thanks again for listening, watching, whatever platform you listen to or watch The Mortgage Broker broadcast. If you find it helpful, then please like it, follow it, subscribe, leave a quick review. It really helps more brokers discover the show. And remember, if you did miss out on that free webinar, email events@thebrokerfounders.com and I'll send you a link to that. And also, if you are thinking about becoming a self-employed mortgage broker or launching your own brand and business, or if you're ready to take your existing business to the next level, go to my website, craigskelton.co.uk, book a discovery call, just send me a WhatsApp and let's just have a chat about how I can help you reach your goals for the rest of 2025. And as always, please don't forget to run your own race.